This is my first time using live video, so just bear with me. I've been feeling pretty down lately with stuff that's been going on in my personal life, and a way to cheer myself up is, you know, doing my makeup. I know it may sound weird and, you know, kind of stupid, but makeup is, you know, a little getaway for me whenever I'm going through some tough shit, I shall say. You know, but we'll see. Sorry, if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with coffee, and excuse the kitty cups, I'm just obsessed. I collect them all the time. You know, so if you want to stick around and see how I apply makeup, go ahead and stick around. I do get asked a lot of questions about my makeup application, what type of techniques I use, you know, the works. This is my first time, so bear with me. I've never done this before, but so I have a bare face already. I know it's kind of scary, okay? So I'm not trying to scare anybody off, but I already applied my moisturizer and eye cream. Let me show you the moisturizer that I use. Okay, so the moisturizer that I always use, and is everyone's, like, I don't know, everyone's different when it comes to moisturizer. I prefer to use a high-end version of it, you know, so it just varies. There's a lot of good non-expensive moisturizers as well, but the one that works for me is by It Cosmetics, Confidence in a Cream. This stuff is amazing for my skin. Like I said, everybody's different, but this one is amazing. Hey Chrissy, I miss you too. And the eye cream that I use is also by It Cosmetics. Now, this stuff has done wonders on me. You know, I was getting really bad crow's feet around here, and really dark under eyes and bags, and some wrinkles up in this area, and this stuff really did a good job at, you know, removing my crow's feet. You know, so this has been really good. Okay, so now on to primer. The primer that I've been using is absolutely amazing. You know, and it's pretty expensive, okay? It's by Tatcha. It's the Silk Canvas. This cost me a pretty penny. And hey Gabe, thank you. This has cost me a pretty penny, but let me tell you, it is amazing, okay? Let me go ahead and get a little bit. It comes with this like little spatula type thing that, you know, you can put, I just kind of like scoop some out since I don't want to use my fingers or nails. And I place it on my fingers, so that way I'm able to apply to my face. I usually just apply to my T-zone. Right now I have somewhat of drier skin, because I never used to have dry skin. I used to have very oily skin. You know, I started having really bad dry skin because of some health issues that I had gone through, and, you know, I had to go into clinical menopause. So the menopause thing has kind of like wreaked havoc on my skin, you know, so it kind of like dried me out really bad. But I mainly just put the Tatcha Silk Canvas, you know, just in my T-zone area, just to smooth it out a bit. I don't have that much texture anymore on my face. Reason being is I've been using this Honeymoon Glow Serum by Pharmacy. I get it at Sephora. This is kind of pricey too, but it has helped me with texture on my skin. For those of you that know me, know that I get rosacea really bad sometimes on this side of my face, and it runs up in here. I've never gotten it on this side that bad, but on this side, this is where my rosacea starts to flare up, and I start to get, you know, really red, rough, bumpy skin. You know, but that's what's helped me with my texture and stuff like that. But okay, I don't know if you can see me. Okay, so now that I got the moisturizer and my face is primed, now we're gonna move on to foundation. There's different ways of applying foundation, and lately, I mean, I've always been a, you know, beauty blender type of girl that, you know, likes to apply their foundation with a beauty blender, but lately I've just been, you know, going back to a plain old brush. Now this one is a Real Techniques brush. It's, you know, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. You could buy it at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Ulta, and it's, you know, on the lower end of the scale of brushes. You know, but when I do use a sponge, I cannot go wrong with my beauty blender. This is absolutely amazing, but for some reason lately I've just been, you know, wanting to use a brush. I have a shit ton of foundations that I own, but lately I've been just using a drugstore one that I get at Ulta, and it is by Makeup Revolution, the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. You do not need a lot of this at all. I'm in the shade F7 if you're kind of close to my skin tone. This is the shade that would probably match you if you're somewhat of my skin tone. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. You know, like I said in the beginning, I've been feeling pretty down lately. I want to say a lot. Very, very down. There's been a lot that's been going on for those of you that are just started watching. There's been a lot that's been going on in my personal life that has, you know, it's been hell. You know, and it's a way for me to kind of get myself back on track from that is makeup. I know it's weird, but you know, what can I do? I love makeup, it makes me happy. And so anyways, back to foundation. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of, you know, place this all over my face. Nothing too crazy. You don't need a lot of this. It blends out very, very well. And I'm kind of using like little stamping motions, and I go in circular motion as well. Hey Liz, the foundation that I'm what do you mean, Liz? The foundation that I'm using right now is by Makeup Revolution. It is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I bought it at Ulta. It's very inexpensive. And it can get a little bit oily on me sometimes, especially when I'm working. When I'm working and I'm outside and, you know, it's hot outside, it usually starts to get oily on me. But other than that, like, it stays pretty good. It lasts a long time. You know, I can't say that, you know, everyone's different when it comes to foundation, but if you're looking for something that's on the, you know, lower end of the scale, you know, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation is really good. I can recommend that. And I've used it on myself when I've had drier skin and when I've had, you know, combination skin, like oily in the outer areas and, you know, drier in the face, like the T-zone area, and sometimes I get really oily in my T-zone area, but it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look, you know, crazy cakey at all. And you know, like I said, you don't need to use too much of this. Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, there's a lot of people who, you know, try to pick the foundation color and match it to, you know, their actual face color, when, you know, the best thing to do is match your foundation to your body, or, you know, your chest, neck area. You want to get it as close to what your body is going to look like, because then you're gonna have demarcation lines, and you know, you don't want that. You don't want to see the line like right in here, you know, with a different shade of color. So you want to keep, you know, that foundation shade, you know, pretty damn close to your body, the shade of your body. Okay. Thanks, Chrissy. Okay, so for concealer, I am going to use, of course, hold on, need some more coffee. Okay, so my favorite concealer to use is by Tarte. It's Tarte Shape Tape. I am in the shade Light. Hey, Joanna, miss you. Merry Christmas. So this is Tarte Shape Tape. You really don't need a lot of this stuff, you know, but I'm just gonna highlight some areas of my face. And also I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow primer. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend this out. You know, you can use any type of sponge that you want. It doesn't have to be the beauty blender. I know some people can't afford, you know, a $20 beauty blender, but guys, there's plenty of more beauty sponges out there that work just fine. Another one that I absolutely love is by Ecotools, which is this one right here. Another one that's inexpensive is by e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. beauty sponge. And also the Real Techniques beauty sponge is also amazing as well. And those are a lot cheaper. So, hey everyone, for those of you that are just joining and watching, like I said in my earlier video, I've been feeling pretty down lately, and one way that I like to cheer myself up is by doing makeup. And, ooh, kitty hair. And so by applying makeup, for me, it kind of gets me, you know, not to focus so much on what has been going on in my life lately. It's been pretty rough. It's been hard, you know, and I really don't like to talk about it very much. I don't talk about my personal life very much, and you know, quite frankly, I don't think it's anybody's business what I'm going through. But just a little, you know, tip. It's just, you know, life has been rough for me lately. And I want to say life has been rough for the past 2.5 years, 3 years almost. You know, especially with like a lot of my health issues that I've been, you know, going through. It hasn't been easy at all, but I've learned that, you know, one way for me to actually cheer myself up or, you know, not be so focused on the negative things that are happening in my life is by doing my makeup. And I get asked all the time about how I apply my makeup, what products I use, and thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Joanna. Love you guys. And, you know, so, God, I got sidetracked. So yeah, I get asked all the time about my makeup application. Like I said, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light. I don't try to go too light on the concealer. I maybe go 2 shades lighter than my foundation, maybe a shade lighter from my foundation. And, you know, it's just to, you know, highlight the face a little bit. Yes, Joanna, I'll have to do your makeup sometime. Okay, so I pretty much blended out all my concealer already. And don't forget, right here along the nose, because you don't want it to cake up around there. So you kind of have to Thank you, Adriana. Yeah, everyone's different when it comes to how they deal with, you know, things. And for me, the way I deal with things is applying makeup, and I feel like I look absolutely terrible without makeup. So whenever I do my makeup, it does give me a little bit more confidence. And you know, just the application process for me, it gets my mind off of, you know, a bunch of crap that's going on in my life. And, you know, hey Wilmers, and the girls are outside because forget it, they'll be in here like barking and wreaking havoc, and everybody's outside. The kitties, dogs, they're all outside. And, you know, me with my kitty cup, I gotta take a sip of coffee real quick because I'm obsessed. Hey Aunt Selena, thanks for watching. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and set my under eyes. And what I use to set my under eyes is nothing expensive, even though I do have higher end products. The one that I do love the most, it's very inexpensive, you could get it at Walmart, Walgreens, is the Coty Airspun. This is the translucent extra coverage. You know, any translucent powder can work as well, but you know, the one that I do find the most that works really well for me is this Airspun, the Coty Airspun. Also, another translucent powder that's really good is by Beauty Bakery, the flower powder. It's just in translucent. It's another setting powder that I like to use. Also, the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Now, this is pretty pricey, but I do love it. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't, you know, make you look like crazy under your eyes, anything like that. I have the travel size with me, and you know, it has lasted me a long time because you don't need too much of that on your under eye. So basically, let me just tap this out one more time. Hi Alexis, thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm gonna be applying with the sponge because I'm gonna bake underneath my eyes, and that's gonna help set the concealer underneath your eyes so you can avoid the creasing. And what I'm using is just the Coty Airspun translucent powder with, hey Bianca, how are you? And I'm gonna be using it with my beauty sponge, my beauty blender, sorry. And you don't need to press too hard. Just gently motions. Put some on my nose because I tend to get oily there all the time. I'm pretty much gonna set anywhere I placed concealer. Hey Heather, hey Natalie, thanks for watching. And yes, I'm gonna put some on my eyes to set that concealer for eyeshadow. It does not change the color of the eyeshadow at all. It just helps to set the concealer and prep it for eyeshadow. Okay. Now to set the rest of my face, we are going to use the Wet n Wild pressed powder, and it's in the shade Neutral Buff. I really like this pressed powder. It is comparable to MAC, to the MAC Skin Finish, I think that's the name. It's pretty comparable to that. It doesn't make your skin look cakey at all, and it's really, really good. It kind of gives you this like natural type of finish, and you know, doesn't add too much color to the face. MAC MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. There we go. That's what this is comparable to. So if you cannot afford that one, by all means, you know, go to any drugstore, pick up Wet n Wild pressed powder. It is amazing. So I'm just gonna put that everywhere that I didn't put translucent powder. And if you're wondering what the brush I'm using the Morphe R2. This is really good for just a big fluffy brush, just to apply powder all over your face. Okay. So I am going to also I forgot to bake. Okay, so I'm also gonna bake underneath here, kind of like as a guideline for my contour. And I'm just using the Coty Airspun translucent powder. And that'll help for when I'm getting ready to contour, to kind of give me a guideline. Is it me or are you loving the weather outside? It's absolutely amazing. I love this kind of weather. If only my mom and dad had Facebook, they'd totally be watching, but they don't. Let's see. I don't know what type of eye look I'm gonna go for right now. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do just like a easy, natural eyeshadow look. Nothing too hard, nothing, you know, crazy fancy. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna be using, I'm probably just gonna stick to one eyeshadow palette to make it easy on you guys. It is affordable. You can get this palette at Ulta or on their website. And the palette I'm gonna be using is by BH Cosmetics. It's called the Zodiac Love Signs. This is what it looks like. Sorry, trying not to show the mirror. This is what it looks like. The formula of these eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. They're really buttery, really smooth. And so this is like, you know, a really good palette that has a little bit of everything, you know, that's on the cheaper side if, you know, you cannot afford the more high-end stuff. And, you know, like you know, the drugstore stuff is just as good as, you know, the high-end stuff, if not better. I love BH Cosmetics. I don't like all their things, but I do like quite a bit of their eyeshadows, like this Supernova palette. This one is really good as well. The shimmers in here are amazing. I did get 2 more BH palettes. I got them on sale, and these I've never tried out. This is the BH Cosmetics Moroccan Sunset palette and the Midnight City Color Shadow palette, 16 colors. Both of these have 16 colors in them, but they're a lot smaller than the BH Cosmetics ones. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna stick to like a neutral type of eye. The first shade I'm gonna be going with is gonna be a transitional shade, just to help blend all the other colors out. And so the first blending brush I'm gonna be using is by Morphe. It's the M504 brush. And we are going to be, let's see here. Be going in with this color. This color right here. Tap off the excess, and you're gonna apply this all in your crease. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. It's a pretty color. I hope everyone's Christmas went really well. Hey, girl. Sorry, I'm reading comments. You want to make sure that you blend out this crease shade really, really well. Like I said, this palette is amazing and very inexpensive. Okay, next shade I'm gonna be going in with is let's do, we are going to be doing this shade right here. You tap off the excess or blow it off. And you're actually going to be placing this in the crease again. Thanks. I can't remember where I got this at. Oh, TJ Maxx. I got it at TJ Maxx for like, I don't know, $3.99. But yeah, I love it. I have this one, and I have like 3 of them that I got at TJ Maxx, super affordable. I think I paid like $2.99 for one, and the other 2 I got them for $3.99. And the brush that I'm using for the second crease shade is the Morphe M505. Okay, the next shade I'm going to be going into, and the brush that I'll be using is the Morphe M518. And the next shade I'm going to be going into is this kind of like taupey shade right here. And that is gonna go right into, about right in underneath the crease, nothing too crazy. I'm going a little bit on the outer edge and then bringing it into the crease a little bit. And I'm not picking up a lot of eyeshadow all at once. These are very pigmented, so you don't need to go in there and, you know, get a whole bunch of product on your brush. Right now I'm just doing, you know, a very simple look, daytime appropriate, I shall say. And doing the same thing to the other eye, going right under the crease. Okay. Just a little bit more. Liz, it takes practice. I mean, I couldn't do my eyeshadow right for a very long time as well, but it does take practice. Okay, as long as you practice, you get the hang of it, and you'll be fine. I'm not a pro at makeup. I just practiced a lot. Okay, and I'm going to go back in with that first shade I used to blend everything out. So for those of you that don't know, I've been going through some recent health issues, you know, that has been kind of, you know, been bringing me down a little bit, and it's just been kind of like one thing after another. And you know, sometimes I think to myself, like, why me? Like, why am I going through all this? Like, why? Sometimes I feel like I'm being punished, but I know that, excuse me, I know that, you know, God doesn't put me through things unless, you know, he knows that I can handle it. And, you know, this is just one of those things that I'm getting put through, and, you know, I can ultimately come out of it and be stronger, and, you know, hopefully everything works out for the best. But excuse me if I start like slurring my speech or anything. I'm on medication, so, and I need to take a sip of my coffee. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back in with the second shade again. Using a different brush. This is the Morphe R37 brush. Thanks, Adriana, I'm trying. And so these brushes, you can get them at Ulta or off the Morphe website. They're really good brushes. I've never had a problem with them. And they make blending my eyeshadow out so much better. Okay, and I'm gonna go back in with the first brush that I use, which is the Morphe M504 that I used for that first crease shade. And I'm just gonna go back and blend everything out again. Didn't pick up any more product, just whatever is left on the brush. Okay. Now, where is it? Okay, so now I'm just gonna use another BH Cosmetics like shadow brush, flat shadow brush, but I'm gonna use it for underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go into the first two shades that I used first. I'm just kind of smoking out the bottom waterline, nothing too crazy. And I'm going back in with the second shade. Okay, now for my lid shade, I am going to be going in. Hey, Aunt Lucy. Okay, so for my lid space, I'm gonna be using a Morphe M167 brush. Looks like this. And I am gonna be going in with the, let's do this Pisces shade right here first. This one right here. We're gonna go in this lid space right here. Kitty hair everywhere. If y'all didn't know, I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, so I have kitty hair and dog hair everywhere. I try to keep up with, you know, cleaning all their hairs and stuff like that, but it still tends to get all over my makeup brushes. Okay. Next, I'm gonna be going in with this taupey shade again. And I'm gonna come to the outer V area. That looks better. Hey Kim, how are you? Okay, next, to give it a little bit more brightness to the eye, I'm gonna go in with this Libra shade right here. But this time I'm gonna use my finger and kind of tap it. all in this area. Oh wow, it's a pretty shade. I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. I used a mixture of cool and warm tones for this look, eyeshadow look. You don't have to stick to all cool tones and you don't have to stick to all warm tones. You do whatever you want to do. You know, makeup is just makeup. It's nothing that serious, you know. I like it. I really like this palette. It was super cheap, and now I'm just gonna go in with the first brush that I was using to lay down the first lid space. And I'm just gonna come back and blend it out a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Okay, now to highlight the inner corners, I am going to be using, I'm gonna get another palette for that. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so I'm trying to look through which shade I would want to use as an inner corner highlight. Okay, so for my inner corner highlight and the highlight of the brow bone, I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. And I am going to take this, I'm gonna take this second shade right here. On a, where is my brush? Okay, this is a kind of like a fluffy, smaller type of blending brush. This is by Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH40. And I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill palette in this second shade right here. And I'm going to highlight the inner corner. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, highlight the brow bone, and I just use whatever's excess from the inner corner. And just blend it out. So, going to be going in with some black liner, and this is just, you can use whatever black liner that you want. This is the Maybelline Lasting Drama. It's a, sorry mom, I'll have to call you back. Wilma, if you're watching, tell mom to stop calling me. I'll call her back. So I'm gonna line the inner waterline, upper waterline, I shall say. And the lower lash line. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face. And I'll apply liner, mascara, and do a little bit to my brows when I'm done with the rest of my face. So for contour, we are going to be using this is the e.l.f. Saint Lucia palette. It's got a blush and contour shade right in here. And I'm gonna use the contour shade to contour. And then I'm gonna use a different shade to bronze. So I'm gonna start right here in the back of my ear. And I love contouring because it makes your, chisels out those cheekbones and makes your face look thinner. And so I'm just gonna put that right in here. And right now I'm just contouring. I'm not bronzing yet. So this is just contour. I'm gonna put some along my nose. I really don't contour my nose too much. And then right here underneath the chin to define your jawline. Make you look a little bit thinner from the jawline. Kind of puts that shadow right in there so it hides the double chin, you know. Okay. All right, so now on to bronzer. I am going to be using the L'Oreal Glam Bronzer. This stuff is awesome. And it's lasted me a long time. I think I bought it like, I want to say a year ago, and I haven't even hit pan yet, and I use this bronzer like crazy. Let's see, where is, sorry, I'm trying to get another brush. So I'm going to be going in with this Royal and Lang Nickel Dual Fiber brush. I really like this brush just for, you know, bronzer, but you can use whatever brush that, you know, you have to apply bronzer. And going to apply it in about the same area where I applied the contour. This is just to bring some life back to your skin so you don't look crazy. And you just kind of blend it out. Put some on the forehead. Along the nose, just a little. Underneath the chin. Okay, now on to blush. So for blush, I'm going to be using, oh shit, let's see here. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Rose d'Oro. This is kind of a, you know, a corally type of color. This like can go with any type of skin tone, which I recommend. And I'm just gonna use a BH Cosmetics #1 brush. And I'm just gonna put this on the apples of my cheeks. It's very pigmented, so you don't need to use a lot. So now I'm going to, if I can find it. So now I'm gonna wipe away all that baking that I did. Just kind of blend it in. Just wiping off the excess. Okay, so for brows, I really don't do anything to my brows. My hairs are natural. I don't fill them in. I don't really do much of anything to them. I have naturally thick brows, and pretty much what I just do is I use just a brow mascara, either a clear one or a tinted one. The one that I'm gonna use right now is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Mascara, and this is in the shade Nothing But Brunette. This doesn't really change the color to my brows. I like to use brow gels because I have, you know, naturally thick eyebrows, and basically I just want, you know, to kind of like brush them out and, you know, get any excess foundation or eyeshadow that I have on my brows, just to kind of like remove that. Now for, let's see here. I know I'm kind of all over the place today with my makeup application, but bear with me, it's my first time doing a live video. So for highlight, I've really been loving this Pixie highlight duo by Pixie, sorry. It's the Delicate Dew one. I bought it at Target. And I'm gonna go in with this kind of like golden champagne-y shade. And I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 highlighting brush. Thanks, Liz. And thanks, other Liz. And so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. Now you don't have to, sorry. Mom, I will call you back. You don't have to apply highlight. I never used to apply highlight, but for some reason, like, I want to say the past like 2 years, I've been applying highlight like crazy, and now I can't be without it. Hey, Bati, love you too. Okay, now I am going to be doing some eyeliner. I'm gonna do just like a small winged eyeliner, and the liner that I've been really into that like is waterproof and it like lasts forever till you wash this shit off is by Essence. It's this super precise eyeliner, long lasting and waterproof. It's just in the shade black. Literally this cost maybe $2.99 at Ulta. I usually buy it at Ulta, so, and they have really good deals, like especially if you buy one, get one for 50% off. That's when I buy these. I stock up. So I have like 4 of them right now. And so I'm just gonna do a small winged liner. There we go. I have like a love-hate relationship with doing winged liner because sometimes it comes out, you know, freaking amazing and perfect, and sometimes it's like, what the hell did I do, you know? And then I feel like my makeup is just a disaster. There we go, just a little baby wing liner. Hey Ronnie, I miss you. Okay, so now I am just going to set my face, and my favorite setting spray is by Urban Decay. It's the All Nighter spray. This is what kind of like locks everything in, doesn't look too powdery, and you know, I don't get, you know, greasy or oily or anything like that with this spray. I know there's different types of setting sprays, and this is just to like make your makeup last a lot longer. It doesn't, you know, make me go oily. It doesn't dry me out or anything like that. Yeah, I know. I seriously have a love-hate relationship with winged liner. Yeah, so some days I have it on point, and some days it's just like, what the hell? But yeah, let me just... Okay, and I kind of just spray that all over the place. I hope the girls didn't escape the fence, because I'm not about to go chasing after them. But okay, so I usually do my mascara. I know it's weird, but I usually do my mascara like at the very, very, very end of my makeup application. So I do like quite a few mascaras. I do not use fake lashes. I don't know how to apply them. I've tried, and it doesn't work out for me. I really can't do them. I've practiced, I've tried, and I just can't get it down. You know, so I just stick to plain old mascara and skip the lashes. But if you know how to apply lashes, you do you, girl. Like, you apply them lashes, because I sure can't. Where's my lash curler? I'm just gonna curl my lashes. And I'm gonna go in with a primer first, which this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Primer. Guys, like I never used to use primer on my lashes before, but oh my gosh, this does wonders for my lashes. Let that dry a little bit, and now I'm gonna go in with the mascara, which is Voluminous Lash Paradise in Blackest Black. I love this mascara. It's pretty much a dupe for Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Like literally, I prefer this over that one. I usually do a couple coats of mascara to try and coat all my lashes. Okay, and I am going to do my lower lashes. Now on to lips. Let me give you a high-end mascara that I've been really loving right now. This is the Nars Climax mascara. I believe it's like $23 or $26. I get it at Ulta. They have it at Ulta and Sephora. So this is a really good high-end one. You know, but I usually stick to drugstore mascaras because for the price, I'm not going to be paying $23, $26 all the time for mascara. It just ain't gonna happen. So onto lips. I'm gonna be using a liquid lipstick, if I can find it. Where do all my liquid lips like disappear to? Like I have no idea what happens to, oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna be going in with Beauty Bakery's liquid lip in the shade Caramel, Salted Caramel Mocha. And where's my mirror? And usually for liquid lips, especially matte liquid lips, before I start the makeup process, I usually put some type of moisture to my lips, you know, like Vaseline or where is it? So I can show you the exact one that I use. So I just use, you know, Vaseline Lip Therapy in the Aloe. It's just pretty much just Vaseline for your lips, and it's to help so that way your liquid lips go on a little bit smoother and then you don't have such chapped lips to lay down the liquid lip. But I like this formula by Beauty Bakery, and I bought it at Ulta. Okay, and that is it. Thanks you guys for tuning in and watching my first live makeup video. Can't say that it was easy, but I got through it, and you know, it has changed, you know, my mood a little bit, so I'm not feeling that bad right now. You know, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been going through a lot right now, and especially with my health and personal life. So I'm glad y'all can join me to help, you know, cheer me up by doing my makeup. And all right, thanks.